Hello my fellow YouTubers, this is Emperor Star here, and today I want to start a new series of videos called Battlefield Theory. It's a series where I'm going to be giving my honest opinion about the different game modes in Battlefield. Today I'm starting with Team Deathmatch, and this is going to be, like I said earlier, an opinion-based video. And I would love to hear your opinions on these game modes. So, if you have some opinions, let me know what they are and what you really think of the game mode, but this is going to be my opinion, okay? I would love to hear your opinions on these game modes, so I'm just going to jump right in, and as you can probably not tell already, I'm going to be running with the Hellriegel and on Team Deathmatch on Omnians in this gameplay. And honestly, I had fun in TDM. It's been a fan favorite game mode of mine back in Battlefield Bad Company 2. I played it a lot in Battlefield 3, and I played it somewhat in Battlefield 4 because, or I say somewhat because it really wasn't the game mode I was interested in when I first got a PlayStation 4, which is the console platform I play on. I hopped into Battlefield 1 TDM, and I really wasn't all that impressed by it. I had fun, don't get me wrong, but it just feels a bit either slow-paced and it just happens to end so very fast where I feel like I'm not really getting into the string of things. Like when I'm able to get kills and when I'm trying to get in the thick of combat, it usually feels like it takes forever for me to try to find players that I can kill usually, and it has to do mainly with the map design. I'm not such a big fan of large map design in Battlefield 4, and especially in this game where it's easily prevalent. This is one of the things that plagued Battlefield 4's map design, is that the maps were so large and they were just so out in the open, and the spawning in this game is kind of messed up. In this game mode is kind of messed up when you're thinking about and DICE added in squad spawning, which wasn't a feature back in Battlefield 4 TDM, or Battlefield 3 TDM. And honestly, I really don't know what prompted them to put this in there. I like it. It's a good gesture. I actually like spawning on squad so I can get in the thick of combat. But the big problem with the system is that you can end up spawning on someone and you can end up killing them, which causes frustration for that player, or you can end up spawning and dying instantaneously because you practically have virtually little spawn immunity against that. That's it. It was one of those situations where DICE back in Battlefield 4 where it implemented a system in which I believe it was the Sping patch in 2015. They added in a system where you couldn't spawn on someone if they were under fire. That system is still in here, but it doesn't work as effectively as I thought it would, because players are still spawning it and they're still constantly dying either by the split second you start shooting at someone or they start shooting at you, and that really does cause a lot of frustration. And the thing about this map is that maps like these is that you probably notice the insane amount of campers in this game mode, which are rampant. Usually you'd see people camping in the corners of houses, and all of that. You'd see people camping under the little crevices of ruined buildings. And in fact, the house that my soldier is in right now is actually Camper's Paradise. That's how I got the shotgun medal assignment on. If you've ever done that, you know how hard that shotgun medal assignment is. It's a perfect camping spot, and camping is a dirty word, but it's actually prompted in this game. So let's face it, we're just gonna have to deal with the large amount of campers that are going to happen, especially when it comes to sniping on game modes like Operations, which is going to be in another video. But yeah, and as far as I can tell, Team Deathmatch is completely different from other previous Battlefield versions of this game mode. And as you can see, I'm using my trusty Hellriegel and just raking in the kills. It's the level 10 gun. I recommend running with this weapon on TDM if you do have it. If not, I recommend either DMR or the Automatica, or actually just go. You know what? Screw it. Just go with whatever weapon you want. You just got to play the game mode differently because of how open these maps are. And another thing I want to revisit is actually the map design. Now, the map design in Battlefield 4 really was not my favorite compared to Battlefield 3 or Bad Company 2, mainly because in Battlefield 4, the maps were open, wide expanses. You had very little cover to hide behind, and practically players knew where you were because you were out in the open half the time. That's not as prevalent in Battlefield 1 TDM, but it does happen a lot when it comes to vertical gameplay because players have a perfect view of where you are, and if they're using a DMR or not a submachine gun, a sniper rifle, they can easily end up killing you. Or if they're using a weapon like the BAR or the Hellriegel, which is, I already expressed, is a fan favorite amongst a lot of people because of how powerful it is. And not saying no weapon does not have its use. I'm glad all these weapons have their niches. It's just that if anyone is actually looking at you from a higher elevation and you're not paying attention there, or you're not looking at your corners, you're actually just gonna get shot trying to run into cover, which really happens a lot, especially if you're playing on a map like Fortress or Ballroom Blitz. So that aside, it's not my favorite game. Back in Battlefield 3, you were playing on no sharp canals or TDM. You had plenty of cover to hide behind, and you didn't have all that vertical gameplay like you did in Battlefield 4 or in Battlefield 1. In fact, I would also argue that, let me actually talk about the player count when it comes to this game mode. Like, it has shifted around a lot. It used to be 12v12 on Back Company 2 if you were playing on PlayStation 3, and in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline, it could be either 32v32 or 16v16, depending about what platform you're playing on. For me personally, it was usually 16, like I believe it was 12v12, and then in Battlefield Hardline, it was capped at 32v32, which is 64 players in total. And you practically had the same idea of the same amount of map space that you would like you are seeing right now in this game mode. Only it doesn't seem to, in my opinion, seem to work in this. I don't know why the maps are so large, but the only reason I can think of is probably because of for spawn balance and all that, where you won't be spawned into combat if you had to spawn on the rim of the map. So that's actually a nice feature when you think about it. It's actually it's a big positive of this game mode. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the open wide space that this map is a part of, but it's something I can live with. It doesn't really make it more easy to get back into combat, but it's actually a neat gesture that you won't die instantly if you just spawn in, if you just decide to spawn in on the rim of the map or wherever the game decides to put you. Other than that, at the game mode itself, I should have done this earlier. It's whatever team gets to 100 points first. For those who are new, it's usually one side versus the other. Whoever reaches 100 points wins. That's basically what Team Deathmatch is for all you new Battlefield players who are getting into Battlefield. I should have started with that in the beginning of this video, but you probably already figured that out. But for anyone else, I just gave it to you. So, like I said, this is practically what TDM is in Battlefield 1. But I do hope that DICE does revamp it a little bit, make it a bit more balanced between the number of players and the tickets, or just increase the ticket counts altogether so that we have more time to play on this game mode, because honestly, it's not fun. It's kind of short for my taste anyway, and I really do think, like, actually back in Battlefield 3, you actually had to get more tickets in that game than you do in this game. So, pretty much that's my go on take. Just increase. I would say that DICE just needs to increase the ticket count, and that's pretty much the only thing I think they can do for this game mode. Other than that, that's it for the video, guys. There will be more videos like this on the way. I'm probably gonna do operations or conquest fishes or war pigeons. I'm probably just gonna get the war pigeons one out of the way. But yeah, until next time, guys, I'll see you around.